Hey guys, it's Troy again, and since I have a little quiet time here right now, I wanted to bring you another video that I've been planning on sharing with you for a while. This particular pen is one that I had intended to get some time ago. If you're familiar with BENU, B-E-N-U, they are a Russian manufactured fountain pen, and they make some fairly pretty pens. Quite honestly, I wasn't so much interested in getting one for me, so much as I was interested in getting one for my wife. Because, quite honestly, some of the BENU pens I've seen are absolutely beautiful and I could deal with. I had to hem and haw over whether or not I wanted to actually buy them, so I put it on my shopping list to eventually get. But I saw this one come up, and it really was something that I was wanting to get for my bride because of how it looks and because of the size of it and how well it writes. So I wanted something quality to be able to give her, and I wanted something pretty. Massdrop, in case anybody has ever shopped from them, massdrop.com. I've bought a bunch of pens from them over the past year to 2 years, and they had BENU Briolette. So in jewel blue is what I ended up getting. The downside to buying from Massdrop, when stuff is manufactured in Russia and not going to be shipped to the United States, Massdrop got a bunch of already manufactured stock from BENU shipped to them here in the US. The good news is that shipping doesn't take anywhere near as long when they finally ship them out. The downside is they have limited stock. So by the time I got there to go pick out what pen I wanted, I didn't get the exact color that I was really hoping to get in the nib I wanted. So they had the color that I wanted, but not in a nib. And neither my wife nor I are fans of fine or extra fine, and I wanted a medium nib, so I got this one in jewel blue. So let's go ahead and open up the box and show you what you get from BENU. And keep in mind, they have many other models too, so these are not the only models, but this is the Briolette collection. So it arrives in its own little cardboard sleeve like this. It has a little instruction booklet that it comes with, little of packing material. So let's go ahead and open this up. Let's go from this end. And that's what you get. So I'll go ahead and set these aside. So it's it's pretty. It's got the you'd think that it was tactile on that that gold color. Nope, that's actually integral to the acrylic itself. So the jewel blue, I mean, this was not my first choice, but it was definitely towards the top of my selection of what was available. And you can see right there, it's got the BENU logo right there on the cap band, multifaceted, and that's what I mean. It looks like diamond facets all the way around it. You notice that there's no clip at all. So the cap is clipless, but you don't have to worry about it being missing a roll stop because of all the facets, because it's not going to roll. So if you don't mind a pen not having a clip, then the BENU Briolette is something that may be decent for you. It's got the cigar shape, or the torpedo shape, I guess, more appropriately, because it is kind of tapered at both ends. And you've got the barrel is the longer part, then you've got the cap here, and then you got the cap band. So it is a twist to open. You can see you've got that the cap with that black plastic band. And then you've got a fairly nice, long, smooth section, and you've got the threads here. So when you go to hold it, it sits like this. You'll definitely want to grip around the plastic. So if you have an aversion to smooth plastic or narrow plastic, that may bother you. Then again, maybe not. It is not uncomfortable to hold at all, as far as I can tell. It's a little smaller than I'm used to as far as length of pen. Personally, I like them a little longer. And you can see it's got a number 5 nib on it, and this is a number 5 steel Schmidt nib. I've never had a bad nib from Schmidt. Schmidt is not known to be the top of nibs, but I can tell you this, every single Schmidt that I've had has written very well, and it has been very smooth. This is just a gold tone steel nib. So I expected it to perform well, and I was not disappointed. One of the things about this particular pen, it does come with a converter. So it comes with a Schmidt converter. And I inked this thing up with a Monteverde Horizon Blue, trying to match the color of the pen just a little bit. Alright. I can see why they call it a jewel blue, because it does kind of dazzle just a little bit. Well, let's see if it'll post. Nope, not at all. So, this is not a pen that you want to post. I knew that, but I had to show you that anyway. It's just not going to post at all. So don't even bother trying. So you're going to end up holding it here in your hand like so. It's a fairly lightweight pen. You know, it's not heavy at all. Yeah, this is I think this particular pen is only like 20 grams or 0.7 or so ounces, so it's 7/10 of an ounce. Compared to like the last pen that I reviewed, which was like 1.3 ounces, this is like half the weight of that other pen that I had showed you, the Monteverde tool pen. So, it's not very long. I'll put up some statistics here in just a second so you can get an idea for the diameter and the length and the weight all on your own. And then we'll come back with a writing sample. Okay, I am back, and I've got the BENU Briolette. So let's go ahead and give you a writing sample of this thing. So, this is the Russian-made BENU, and this is from their Briolette line. This particular ink, like I told you, was a Monteverde Horizon Blue. I got a bottle of that not too long ago and had never written with it, but I kind of like the Horizon Blue. It's a nice, you know, it's not too dark and it's not too bright. So it goes fairly well. Should be a fairly good use for business and just general use. And this is a medium steel Schmidt, SCHMIDT, I do believe. Now let's see what kind of line variation you can get out of it. I don't expect a tremendous amount of variation out of a Schmidt steel nib because I have several pens with a medium Schmidt steel nib. Here's what I do expect. I expect it to be smooth, and this pen does not disappoint. So it is. You can hear just some of the feedback that I'm getting, and let's see how it does laying down ink. So it's not too bad. It's a kind of a medium wet writer. It's not a gusher, and it's definitely not dry. So here's what I'm going to say. You know, I told you I got this pen from Massdrop. This particular pen was going for $65 shipped at the time it was being offered on Massdrop. I've seen other retailers that are out there that carry this very brand, and you can probably get that pen for a little over that. I think Massdrop did have it for just a little bit less, which is why I went with Massdrop in order to save the money on this particular model. But I do see like Goulet Pens carries the Briolette. And so you can probably find that, and maybe I'll catch a screenshot and share it with you what they're offering it for. But if you can catch it on Massdrop, like $65 shipped. That included shipping, by the way. I didn't have to pay extra for that. So for $65 shipped, I figured, that's not a bad deal, because I could be paying $70, $75, $80, depending upon where you get it from, and have to pay shipping in addition to that. So this is it's a pen, it's a decent pen. This is not one, even though I kind of like the coloring, this kind of appeals probably to women more so than it does to men, because it's kind of a cutie pen. But it's a decent writer. I would not hesitate to own one should one be given to me. I wouldn't spend the $65 on myself to get it, quite honestly, just because that look that it's got. I mean, I like all the facets to it. I can write with it fairly well. It's just a tiny hair bit small, having touched one and used one. So I wouldn't buy one for myself, only because that's just my personal preference. But I would still use one if it was given to me, no doubt. They've got some other models by BENU that I've seen that I really would like to try. I just haven't purchased any yet, but they are still on my shopping wish list. So I do like the pen. I really do. It's not my personal preference, but I like it. It's a decent writing pen. It's a pretty pen, and it's lightweight, and it writes well. And that's what I really want, is a pen that writes well. So my bride seems to really love it. She keeps it in her purse amongst some of her. Right now, I think it's among her top 4 pens that she carries with her around the house, or around her, wherever she goes, actually. So it's worth it. I mean, for $65, you got a nice piece of work. You got some really nice angles, some really nice facets, and a great pattern on the facets. I'm liking it. So the BENU Briolette, something to consider adding to your collection. And if you haven't seen any of BENU's pens, you can look them up online. They've got a nice website, and you can see all their various models.